Welcome to another jam-packed MMA episode of the Kick Him in the Head podcast. And as always, I am your host, Yao, here talking all things MMA. And tonight, this is the PFL Africa Rwanda Semifinals recap show. To anyone watching who is an Arsenal supporter, Arsenal just scored in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid. Let's get it, let's go. Gunner squad. Woo! But help me break it all down. All the action from PFL Africa is one and only my man, the Kraken. Kraken, what's up? How you doing? Kraken, you were there live. I mean, let's start there. How was PFL Africa in this event? We went to Joburg. You went to Cape Town as well. How was Rwanda?
Where's it coming from, bro?
Oh, that's from me.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's
Hey
giving
man. Turn that shit off. I'm gonna make a baby, bro. Turn that shit off. Shit. Bro,
as long as it's not with me, we good.
Hey man, like come on, man. Kigali, bro. Life-changing experience, bro. Like I didn't like when it was time to leave, I just couldn't like hold myself to leave because I just wanted to stay, bro. You know, the whole production, bro, because I was there like from Sunday, you know, like I was getting picked up by like a huge ass like bull Tiguan, bro. Like it was driving from the left side, and I was like, oh, we're in another country, bro. Like, and hey, man, like the whole setup, bro. Like from like we literally shut down Kigali, a street in Kigali, bro, where Nkosi and Isaac were like shooting something, and they were just shadow boxing in the street with motorcycles passing and like people just like it was chaos, bro. Like all I just have to say, bro, is like the live event was something else, bro, because like I was like running around all over the arena, bro, like, and the boys delivered, man. Kareem.
Speaking of the boys delivering, let's have a quick look at the card. It was an absolutely electric event, I must say. I was watching here from SA, obviously, watched the entire card. Obviously, there were some changes. If you were expecting to see in the headline Nkosi Ndebele versus Simbarashe Hokonya, then you knew what happened at the weigh-ins on Friday. And what happened is that both Patrick Ocheme and Abdulrazak Sankara missed weight by a considerable amount. So they were out of the featherweight tournament, and they were replaced as the headliners by Ndebele and Hokonya. Now, this is the card that we had for PFL Africa. I think, let's start with the first fight, actually, Aki. I'm sorry to cut you off where you were, because I'm sure you'll give us that energy when we get to that fight. But let's talk about the first fight between Kamara and Majuric. This fight was added at the last minute. Why? Yeah. Because we had Ocheme and Sankara both missing weight.
Yeah, bro, like what was crazy is that like I know I'm Patrick's teammate, but I was kind of rooting for Kamara. You know, it was gonna be like such a dope story that you got beat in Joburg, then you get to like win against somebody else and go to the final. Like, bro, like I don't know what the PFL are doing with this format, but I love the chaos. You know, I love the chaos. And to see that like Patrick Ocheme had like, let me just talk about the Kamara fight. We'll get to the Patrick Ocheme. Like, bro, to see that Kamara was like just there and he showing up, you know, but like obviously he lost, and yeah, man, we have a new featherweight final matchup, and apparently what's the guy's name again who was fighting Kamara?
Alain Majuric.
Alain was supposed to be in Joburg, but he had visa issues, right? So yes, so imagine that. Like, God saves you from getting your ass beat, and you beat somebody who's mediocre to advance to the finals. Hey, man, the Lord works in mysterious ways. So, yeah.
With that said, having a quick look at it, yes, as we see there in the semifinals was Kamara versus Majoric. Majoric didn't make Joburg. He got the call up, like you just said, for Rwanda, for Kigali, and now he is in the final. Let's move on to the next fight. Next fight there on the card was between Kane and Makum. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna start off with this fight because what else can I say about this except for kick him in the head? I mean, and what was crazy about it is that I was rooting for Mukum because I saw how Kane lost against Houlton in Johannesburg, which is also something else that's crazy, is that Kane lost.
That was Cape Town. That was Cape Town.
Sorry, it was in Cape Town that he lost, not Johannesburg, the heavyweight.
Yeah, he gave a West African knee to Joffie Houlton.
Exactly. And for me, it was a case of, but bruh, do you even know how to fight? Because that's a really basic mistake. But then seeing what he just did, coming out against Mukum to finish the fight with that head kick. Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen it, do check out our page on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok at HeadKickPod. We've got that kick there, that nasty heavyweight knockout. Maybe I'll play it at the end of the show. Stay tuned if you want to see it. But oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What were your thoughts on that fight?
Bro, like personally, because I was on weight cut day, I posted some content of me and him playing soccer, you know. Me and Abdullah Khan, like just playing soccer, you know, and I was like, this guy is huge, bro. Like, this guy is huge. And bro, like, to be honest, man, I literally posted a video with I literally had a video with me and Francis and a video with me and Abdullah Kane. And I promise you, bro, that boy is bigger than he's bigger than Francis, bro. And even on the weigh-ins, like, he had to like literally bow his head down just to just walk through the monitors there, you know, to the scale. And bro, that boy's a beast. Let me just say that. And the head kick, bro, it came out of nowhere. You know, it kind of like made us see. I was like, yo, if this boy hadn't done that mistake, bro, he's the PFL Africa champion. He's the PFL Africa. But who knows? You know why? You know why I love like this PFL structure, right? Who knows what happens? God forbid. Abraham Babley gets an injury during his camp to Bernie. Who hasn't fought as who hasn't had like octagon small cage time in PFL? Abdullah AK. He hasn't had that much small cage time. You see, so who knows? He might be in the final if maybe Justin Clark gets injured, or you know. Because like you have to think about those things, and that's what I love about this PFL. You know, that's what I love about this PFL, because you don't know, somebody might cash in their money in the bank at the last minute, bro.
Money in the bank. I'm sure TKO would like those kinds of odds. But look, I agree with you 100%. It's very good to have such a skilled heavyweight, you know, compared to his first performance in the ranks, to back up your fighters for the finals. With the number of weight misses we had, you need to be ready for the next one. But moving on to the next fight, and to anyone who is watching the Arsenal versus Atletico match, Arsenal has scored again. It is now 2-0 to Arsenal in the Champions League. Now, back to the fights. Next fight on the card was Opio versus Omeda. That was a very interesting fight between James Opio from Rwanda, the homeboy, versus Isaac Omeda, which was a exhibition fight that ended in a unanimous draw, which is always very interesting to see in MMA. How did you see this fight? How did you score that fight? Because for me, draw is very tricky, very, very tricky, but okay. It happens. How did you score that fight?
Personally, man, I would say personally, Isaac, right? Isaac kind of made me emotional because I spent Monday with Isaac. We were with him when we were doing the food tour.
Yep.
And what's crazy, bro, my producer, Danielle Kijo, was like, yo, bro, you better make weight. because then they're gonna be saying Kijo took him to a food tour before his fight, bro. And this is all the details, bro, that I love about PFL. You know, being part of the PFL crew, like you get to be in these situations where, like, this guy was eating a fat cake, bro, like before the weight cut, before the weight cut, bro, and he's like, "No, I'm okay." While Nkosi was just dying from not being able to eat, you know, and then. Yeah, man, like the fight played out like I would say, because like I'm friends now with Isaac, you know, and I was sending the night before I was sending him messages of encouragement. Then I was like, "Yo, bro, do you realize you have the ability to tell this guy, send that man to the cave, right? You have the ability to tell him, yo, all these fans that are celebrating you are gonna hate you after I defeat you." Right? I said that to him. And bro, when he saw me after he fucking got the decision, bro, he was crying. I was crying, bro. He was like, "Yo, bro, like you said that." Like, you know, because he was sending me messages, "Yo, bro, I like your vibe. But hey, man, Opio, to have a whole arena cheer for you, to have a whole media section, like even during media day, bro, like they just wanted to talk
to have
Opio.
Paul Kagame rooting for you as you walk out.
To have Paul Kagame, bro, that's the thing, you know, like it's crazy, you know, to have your president and to get beat like that, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Like, personally, I think this fight really spoke about how tough and how that kid has heart, which is Isaac, you know, and the boy he didn't give up. He didn't give up, you know. And the Ugandan fans had brought like vuvuzelas, and I'd given them a flag. So they were just like, they had like their own little section, bro. They were like maybe 8 guys, and they were like lighting up the whole arena, bro, with vuvuzelas and chanting, Isaac. What?
So how did you score
like,
that fight though? Do you think that was a draw?
Personally, I think Isaac won that personally because I'm prejudiced, and also because the boy was just no he had heart, you know, he had heart, and he always got up, like even though like Opio like would ragdoll him, he would find a way to reverse it, like he would turn and like he would be on top, you know. So the boy just knew how to like get out of situations. I think that's how the judges scored it, personally. And to fight under a hostile crowd, bro, you have to give him kudos for that, you know. But like, yeah, man.
Look, it was a very interesting, very tough fight. I actually did score it for Romeda as well. I think the first 2 minutes was Opio had him, but unfortunately he just couldn't sustain that. Before we continue, shout out to everyone in the chat. Crossover MMA, we are in here. Like the stream, do like, comment, and subscribe to anyone who is watching. Shout out Crossover MMA. Do follow Crossover MMA, doing fantastic content around the UFC here on YouTube. So shout out Crossover. And now it's 3-0 Arsenal to anyone who is watching Arsenal in the Champions League. We had Victor Gyökeres putting in his goal for 3-0 Arsenal on the night. And Brendan BJ Jenkins, shout out, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, bro. And actually, wait, hang on. It's 4-0 Arsenal. Victor Gyökeres again. Let's go, baby. Victor Gyökeres. Ola must be losing his shit right now. He must be absolutely losing his mind. We are 4-0 up against Atletico, 70 minutes into the match. Ola will be joining us later on. But yeah, shout out to everyone who is watching us. I think let's get back to the fights. Ooh, that doesn't look like it should be what it is. Hey, what happened to my card? Oh my gosh. Let me put the card back up. But yeah, okay, so that was the fight between Omeda and Opio. I'm sure we'll see those two gents again fighting sometime soon in the PFL. Then the next fight was between Adesina and Joseph. Adesina, who had missed weight and had come in over, so was not in contention to go through to the finals if he won. which ironically he did, versus Dwight Joseph fighting out of Liberia. This fight went distance, the full fight, the full rounds, full 3 rounds, which I find interesting because in his first fight, Adesanya had the full 3 rounds as well. I think one of the only 2 fights on the night to go the distance. So clearly he's a bit of a decision fighter. But yeah, he definitely worked Dwight Joseph for the full 3 rounds. He won that fight very convincingly, I think. Joseph, I'm sure he'll be back as well. He performed quite well, but a victory there for Adesanya. How did you see that fight? How did you find that fight? And what do you think of specifically Adesanya in terms of the fact that, he didn't make weight, but he got the fight. He's beaten Dwight Joseph, and now he's actually managed to get through to the finals.
Yeah, man. Like I said, this whole like weight cutting thing and them fighting like every after 2 months really does shake up the whole division. It shakes up the whole sport, I would say. And I think personally, I would say Joseph Dwight was kind of looking for that.
I need to correct myself. Sorry.
Yeah.
Adesanya actually won. He beat Jean-Jacques Lubaya by rear naked choke. My bad. It wasn't a decision in his first fight. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's that thing of I think Dwight was just chasing the high of that knockout that he had, from PFL. Is it PFL Joburg? So it's that thing of do you what now? What now? So I think also that played a huge role in him not fighting. I think not chasing a decision. I think he was just chasing that spectacular knockout, and that kind of flew away from his hands, because then Washu was able to just slug it out and just keep on keeping on, but yeah, man, I feel for Dwight, but because it would have been a thank you for the highlight, but you seem to not be a guy who can do the job, because you know how you are, Yao. You always bet against the guy who misses weight, and the mere fact that a guy who misses weight won, I know that doesn't sit well with you. It's like a fucking candle up your asshole or something. But but like I said, bro, Dwight, I apologize, brother. It wasn't your day, but let's see what Washu does.
Let's see what he does. Yeah, I think we'll see what Wasi does, like you said, in the finals. Then the fight after that, we had Yabna Intachala versus Emilios Dasi. Oh, this was a slugfest. This was a fight. This fight went the full 3 rounds. Unanimous decision in favor of Yabna Intachala, who's now up to 13-2 in terms of his win record. So his win record is looking very good there, doing work on Emilios Dasi. How did you find that fight? Before we get there, this was not one of the fights that missed weight, and Brendan Jenkins in the chat's asking, what happened with all the weight misses? And that's an interesting question, because if we look at it, none of the heavyweights had a weight miss. It was all in the feather and welterweight divisions that the weight misses happened. So, what happened? It's a very interesting question, because we're all asking ourselves. I think there's only one welterweight and three featherweights that missed weight.
Nah, personally, like I said, I think it's also the thing of them fighting 2 months in between, and for once, bro, Patrick Ocheme missed lightweight. He missed a division above, bro. He was over by 8 kilos or something, and that just
he's ready
shows
to start cutting weight at lightweight.
Yeah, lightweight. Because I was yo, bro, because I saw him. He came in. I think he came in Wednesday or Tuesday. Yeah, he came in Wednesday, And I was like, this nigga looks huge. Are you okay? And he's like, nah, don't worry, brother. I know what I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, brother, we'll see about that. You know, I know I'm just fairly new to the sport, but like, you look heavy, my brother. You know, and that kind of like, like took a toll on him because like even Sankara was not himself, man. He was really slow, like because like I was with him on Monday, Sankara, right? But then after I was with him on Tuesday actually, and he was lively. Everything was just cool. But then him missing weight kind of like you know fucked up his mo because like I think I was with him on the last day of weight cut actually, and he wasn't there, bro. He wasn't there because like he kept on running off somewhere, probably to just eat some tiramisu or something. But because like yeah, man, he didn't look well. He didn't look well because you could feel the cut was taking a toll on him. Because he's I think his OPO's training partner, and OPO was kind of like he was there, he was there, but like Sankara wasn't having it. So I think personally, it's the thing of them having to fight like so soon, because like obviously they do. You need like a few weeks to cut, and obviously celebrating that win from a head kick knockout and everything, like I would say it takes a toll on you.
That's a very interesting point about how or where the problem is coming from, especially because if you look at those weight classes, you do have guys who are bigger who are having to do quite a bit of weight cutting, and the last event was just so wait. And the other thing is, if you think about it, it was mostly the guys who had to fight in Joburg that missed weight, not the guys who had to fight in Cape Town. So I think you're 100% right.
Yeah, that's exactly the time frame.
Okay.
Time frame. Maybe hopefully next year, next season, I would say PFL can just make the division, make the time period maybe a little bit longer. Like maybe.
I think that's why 5 events works, because then you can sort of alternate the divisions and then sort of get, but then the finals. I don't know, but let's hope we can, because
that's how EFC gets killed, bro. Like you have to understand, we need to have like a South African MMA promotion, because otherwise PFL takes care of their fighters so good. They give them like what $600 spending money. Like I'm not staying on the EFC if I can get that from PFL and pay and purse. So if they have 5 events, I bet you they're gonna take, I would say, half of EFC's roster. Definitely that.
Probably AKO.
Yeah, So, but also let's just come on. Let's get back into the Nchala and Darcy fight. Like I said, Darcy, bro. I think Francis threw him off personally. Because Francis came in when Darcy was fighting, and everybody was like, Ngannou, and it's like, oh shit, and then Nchala was like, yo, bro, I'm a beat you in front of your father, because Darcy's name was like Little Francis, like Darcy's nickname is Little Francis. So I think Nchala, because even Nchala, like during at the hotel, bro, he was like I think, when was it? I think it was a fight day. He came up to me and he was like, yo, brother, he just, you could see this nigga's like ready to fucking steal somebody's hype. He's ready to steal a show. So the way he fought, man, he just made sure that he made a statement. He made sure that he made a statement, and he pulled through, and he did everything he had to. He did everything he had to, and to win in a convincing fashion. And to be honest, not get hurt that much. I think that's the thing that like it needs to be emphasized, because you're fighting in December, probably December 20th.
Especially in a tournament like this. Yeah. Not taking damage.
Taking damage is really important. So I think the one thing that these guys did and wanted to do was just not take damage as much, because they're waiting for that $100,000. Punching a ticket type of setting. But like, hey man, like First of all, you gotta fight, and I think that was a stuck fist, but Dusty just he wasn't there, man. Like Francis took him out. Like the nerves of
Got
fighting in front
distracted.
of he got distracted. I personally think so. So, but like it was a good one though. It was a good one. It was a good one. It was a good fight.
Talking about a good fight, let's talk about the next fight that happened on the card.
Wow,
The
wow, wow,
fight
wow,
between Bole Godogo
wow,
and
wow, wow.
Karim Henny. Oh my goodness. The only thing I can say about this fight is the knee around Rwanda, because this fight ended with an absolutely insane flying knee knockout from Karim Henny. If you
Bro,
haven't watched the fight, you have to watch this fight. This
yeah,
fight was fantastic. Bole Godogo, basically, if I look at it, it's similar to how
it
Castello
was.
von Steenis beat Johnny Eblen, because
Yeah,
Godogo was winning that fight. He was putting it on Henny the entire fight. And in the last 10 seconds of the fight, Karim Henny hits Bole Godogo with this flying knee and wins the fight. Absolutely insane. Achi, you were there. How was it watching this one?
yeah, man. Like the first few, I would say the first round was it the first round where Kareem was just doing all those showboating and everything, like entertaining the crowd, giving us
Fun
the
stuff.
fans what we wanted, because everybody started rooting for him, and Godogo just made sure that he was like, "Yo, boy, I will teach you what an MMA fight is. It's not lifting your knees after you throw a punch, It's not that." And he just purely dominated him, Like the takedowns, bro. Like the takedowns were so it was like judo throws, bro. Like it was crazy, dog. Like Godogo was just something else, bro. Like I swear to God, like Godogo was just like because those were throws I've never seen like live, bro. I've never seen. You only see that like in like those throws by Demetrius Johnson or something, Because it's just so
Brendan says
technical
in the
and so
chat, it's like an Emerson Pedro performance, Kareem Henny's
yeah,
performance, where it's very showboaty, very flashy, but
yeah.
is
You're
it
getting
doing
beat
the
up.
things that will win the fight if you go the distance?
Yeah, it's that. And the judo throws were like so immaculate that like they were like, man, like I get why this guy should win, but unfortunately, you have to win the whole fight the and not win like what, how much, like you don't have to win 8 minutes. I would say, you shouldn't win 8 minutes of a 9 minute fight. You should win the whole 9 minutes. And like yeah,
And and back to this comment from Brendan Jenkins. Another reason it's an Emerson Pedro performance is because in his last fight against Imizani Jr., he won in the last 5 seconds of the fight. After he heard the clapper, he went for a flying knee, exactly like Karim Henny. So those are literally two identical wins, one in the EFC and now one in the PFL, which is very interesting to see. And if you haven't seen it, there it is again. There's the flying knee that took
crazy,
out
bro.
Bole Godogo.
And I just got a I
Absolutely
just
crazy.
I just got a message from my producer, and he chats to Kareem, and he was like, I kind of wish I would have sent it to you, because like he said like he was in the flow state, like that one time 'cause he saw it in slow motion because he said he was he saw every time he would punch him or something, he would shoot, and he would start shooting with his head, right? He would go down with his head. And Kareem just said like, if I do this, right, if I'm going down, let me just do this one thing that I haven't been doing, which is defending his takedown. Let him meet my knee. And the one time he did it, it just
Bang.
cashed him, bro. And that's it. And it just shows you the level of there's levels. It's a game of inches, man. It's a game of inches.
It's a game of inches. Heavyweight division. The next fight was between Abram Babli and Joffie Houlton,
Oh,
Ivory
oh,
Coast versus Nigeria, the final fight of the prelims on this card. Now, I'd seen Abraham Babli's fights. I'd seen the work he can do. I've seen Joffie Houlton's fights. I've seen the work he can do. I've seen him here. I saw his fight in Cape Town against Kane, who honestly, it was just a mess. So you couldn't even really judge Houlton on that win.
Yeah.
But how I thought that fight was going to go is exactly how that fight went.
Yeah.
Once Joffie Houlton feels a little bit of pressure, the fight's over. Unfortunately, there's something about him where if you just put it on him a little bit, it's over. But take nothing away from Babli. Babli was an absolute savage in that he grabbed Joffie, and Joffie's a much bigger guy than him, and he just kind of crawled on him, hit him a little bit, and then choked him out. It was absolutely insane. I really enjoyed that performance from Abraham Babli, and I think that he's probably going to win this competition. Not taking anything away from Justin Clark, but shout out Stefan Del Rey DQ. But there's something that's going to be a good fight between him and Justin Clark. But how did you find this fight between Abraham Babli and Joffie Houlton?
That fight, man, kind of was a bittersweet moment because I'd spent like I think roughly 2 days with Joffie, like shooting content with him, and like he's strong, bro. Like, and he's a huge guy. And even when in the weigh-ins, when I saw Babli against him, and I saw the odds, I was like, hold on, what? Because like the odds were saying like Joffie had an 8-point something underdog, on Sporty Bet, and I was just like, what? You cannot.
An 8-point underdog, damn.
Yeah, and I was like, what do you mean he's an 8-point underdog? Because I'm like, that's so huge, But then after that performance, and for God's sakes, they're teammates, They used to be teammates, actually.
Which is interesting, yes.
They used to be teammates. But Joffie said, like, hey, man, like, he's my team. He used to be my teammate, and we're good friends. But if they're gonna pay us a good amount of money, we'll scrap, man. We'll scrap because they've scrapped before. So why not do it for money, right? And yeah, he fought him, and the level of respect that these guys showed each other after the fight, because like Joffie, Babli was literally supporting Joffie when Joffie was racing Clarity on Sunday, and he was there. He was like, don't let those stress, like them. The camaraderie of these guys after just such a well fought performance, man. It's just crazy. But like Babli's another thing, dog. Like, I know we're Team CIT, but god damn, bro, we need like a whole game plan. We need like Coach Mornay, because Coach Mornay was not there.
Yeah, for this one, I think.
Coach Mornay for that one.
And shout out to Brendan in the chat. Brendan, I'm looking forward to seeing when you roll with Kraken. I agree, his skills, even though he'd be a 10-year-old, are coming up. But like he just said, Abraham Babli and Joffie Houlton are from the same gym, Manchester top team. They just fought against each other. Why will no one from House of Tinkerbell challenge each other? I'm just asking the question. It is possible. It is doable. Here's an example. I'm just putting it out there for you guys. But I think, yeah, it was a very good performance. I agree with you, Aki. I think let's move on to the next fight. Let's get into the main card. This is the fight that
should have been the main event.
Had as the main event, 100%, that then got bumped down to the first card on the main card. The fight between Patrick Starboy Cheme and Abdul Santicristi Sankara. Now, this was another fight that went the full distance. It went all the way. A better performance, I must say. It was a very good performance from both guys. Very, very tough to tell who won it. But in the end, we had Patrick Ocheme winning it 11 kgs over? No, 11 pounds over. 5 kgs.
Yeah.
No, he was 11.
4 kgs. 4 kgs.
No, that was...
Yeah, that
was
4
Sankara.
kgs. No, not
Patrick was
kgs.
like 8 kgs over.
Yeah, no. Patrick was 4 kgs over.
So 11 pounds. How do I keep
like 11 pounds, somewhere around there, and then Sankara was 4 pounds over.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry. Pounds,
Yeah.
kgs, metric system. Let's go. So yeah, that fight went the distance, split decision win to Starboy Patrick Ocheme. Response in the chats from Brendan. He says, "We're family, brother. There is no need to step on each other's dreams where it comes to fighting from the same gym." But with regards to that fight, Aki, how did you find that fight between Sankara and Acheme?
Yeah.
Interestingly, split decision the way of Starboy. I'm trying to think when I watched that fight. Honestly, it was very, very difficult to tell. But from a performance perspective, you know, it was a decent fight. It was a decent fight. I don't want to talk too much about the performance because I mean it was a split decision, decent. But I also want to ask you the question: where to from here, especially for Ocheme? Does he go a weight class up? Do you think that should actually then be easier for him than to try to cut to feather at this point? So yeah, let's tell me about the fight and then just chat to me about where to next for him in terms of weight classes.
Yeah, I would say personally, I think Ochebe should have been in a 3-month camp. You know, like a month camp. Firstly, camp before his Joburg fight, and making sure that he goes. He when he returns, he goes straight into camp for the next fight. You know, because he.
But that's tough though. Like camp to camp.
I know it's tough. I know it's tough, but like remember, like there's literally 1.8 million rand at stake here. Are you telling me you're not gonna go into a 3-month camp if there's 1.8 million on the line?
Fair enough.
You know, he just lost that by just what? I don't know what he was eating, tiramisu. Yeah, you know, I don't know, but like you have to understand, brother. Um, the way obviously both of them missed weight, you know, but like yeah, I think Patrick should have made sure that he was on weight, you know. He shouldn't have left home underweight or something. But like also,
Overweight, yeah.
but his performance though, let's give it up to his performance, man. Those he just kept on like what is it, oblique kicks, like to like Sankara, just kicking those legs, and kudos to Sankara, man. Sankara was still shooting for head kicks, was just like shooting for head kicks even on the third round, bro. And I was like, how does this short, lanky guy have this much strength in his legs? You know, not short,
For 3
but like
rounds
this.
to be throwing those leg kicks.
Yeah, you know, I was like, what? How? Brother?
Especially
how?
after missing weight, that makes you more tired. So it's
yeah. So trust me, bro. Like that's shout outs to him, man. Shout outs to him. So, but and the way that when I saw him, when he was cutting weight, brother, like it was scary, and the mere fact that he could fight like that is crazy, bro. It's crazy. But also,
let's fucking go. Shout out Andrew in the chats. Yes, after you say.
yeah, man. Yeah. So, I would say it's an awesome performance. The crowd started booing Patrick for running away, like in the last 10 seconds, I think. But yeah,
why are you running?
Like,
why are you running?
You know, but like it's that thing when you, I think he felt like he had won the decision, which kind of was right. Imagine if he had run and then he had lost. So you know that would have been a real kick to the nuts. So, but like I think the way he handled himself, he took his time and he made Sankara wait even in the walk-in. So I think he knew what he was doing, and he got away with it. And Sankara didn't get his head kick again because Sankara was throwing a lot of head kicks.
Yeah, look, I became a Sankara fan after that head kick in the last round. I think that head kick was just phenomenal against a fighter I really like. So, look, I was rooting for something to happen. It's Patrick's second decision in a row. This one, a split as well. what next for him? Because for me, that's well. Look, let's chat about that when we're done with the card. Let's chat about that when we're done with the card. But that was the fight between Acheme and Sankara. Then we got into the second heavyweight fight on the night between Maxwell Jantu Nana and Justin Clark. Now this fight was crazy because we had Jantu Nana coming in a whole, I think it was almost 20 pounds heavier. He came in at 260 and Justin came in at 240 pounds. That was the weight difference between the two fighters. So, you know, it looked like a crazy fight was about to happen between Justin Clark and Maxwell Jantu Nana. And where it came to this fight, this was an exciting fight. This fight, I think I'll definitely say it was one of my favorite fights on the night. Because if you don't know who Justin Clark is, 2 fights in a row, his opponents have not been able to continue. They have either verbally quit or had to quit on the stool or something. Rhino. Justin Clark fighting out of CIT under Stefan Delare. Now, these 2 guys came out. They were swinging. They were slugging. They were hitting each other. Justin Clark was working the leg kicks. Nana was working his jab. And it was a very good fight until in the third. It was the third round. In the third round, Nana caught, I think it was a left hook. And then suddenly looked at the ref and he's like, nope, I'm done. And he verbally quit in the middle of the round, which is absolutely insane. So Justin Clark, which for me is unprecedented, has 3 fights in a row that he's won where his opponent has had to quit. I'm not talking about submission. I'm not talking about knockout. I mean, has had to say, I can't, I'm done. I'm not fighting anymore. 3 fights in a row. Where have you seen that, Achi? Like, who is this guy? Who is this Justin Clark who's about literally just destroying everyone?
Man, like, I was really, really impressed. Like, did you? I hope you saw like Coach Stefan Delare's reaction. You know, like when he won, like because it's that thing of Justin has been. I think Stefan Delare came in on Thursday. Like so, Justin has been in Kigali all alone, training himself. You know, training himself, and the mere fact that this guy was able to like get his mind right while being alone, it was like it's something. It just shows the level of mental toughness that Justin has. You know, the mental toughness that he has, the discipline that he has. You know, and I guess he's not a quitter because like if you remember in Joburg, he got caught a few times, but he did not quit. He did not quit, and I think that's the thing that separates him from the rest of the pack. You know, he just genuinely does not want to quit, and because of that, he took it to Nana. You know, he took it to Nana. Nana was a huge favorite. Man. And the mere fact that Justin just walked him down and like spinning back fists and just his boxing was just so crisp and everything. Like, man, Justin is really, really underrated, to be honest. I should say. You know, he's really underrated because he does get the job done. So, I think everything is gonna. I think Justin is gonna surprise us and become a PFL Africa champion. You know, I don't know how, but he always knows how to do it.
He always knows how to do it. I agree. I actually got in trouble with Stefan for some comments on Instagram. But like you said, you know, those team CIT guys, very passionate guys over there. Let's get into the next fight between Shido Esperança and Octave Ayinda. This welterweight fight was one I was looking forward to because Esperança is such an exciting individual. He's exciting on the mic. He's exciting in the cage. He's just got all this energy. So seeing him fight is and he finishes this, like seeing him fight is very exciting. And we had Octave Ayinda who's coming in off his win where he absolutely smashed British Boloyang in the first round, the quarterfinals of the tournament out in Joburg. The way he smashed him, like we had to see something happen, and this was a good fight. Whilst it lasted, we had Shido, Boris Esperança, who in my books very expectedly came through. He won from punches from back mount. So he jumped on his back, backpacked him, and smashed him from the back. This is 3 minutes, 46 seconds into the round. I enjoyed that performance. I think there are clauses in your PFL contract that says that you can't move, for example, to the UFC if you're winning or a champion or if you want a tournament. So I don't see him going anywhere soon because I see him as a champion. He is so exciting. He is so good. I think he is very likely to win this welterweight tournament, and from there he's going to take that, he's going to go into the World Series, and I think he's going to do amazing things because he's a very, very exciting welterweight in what is starting to become a very interesting welterweight scene in the PFL. How did you find this fight?
I just enjoyed the build-up, bro. The build-up, like Octave, Ayinda telling Esperança that he's gonna kill him, like saying that all the way in Joburg, bro. Then the face-off, you see the face-off, like they couldn't, like I was literally there, bro. I was literally there, like Esperança looking like a assassin, bro. Like looking like an assassin, and like the clash of their heads, though, like it's like a bunch of like. I don't know, what are those Himalayan goats or something? They're like, it felt like that, bro. Like, and everything was just like, so, you're dead. Like, everything was just so crazy, though. Like, it was so crazy. Like, they even had to separate them at the hotel because Shido didn't stay at the hotel after the face-off,
Okay.
Because the management was like, yo, what if these guys run into each other at breakfast? Then are we gonna have a food fight or something? Because I promise you, bro, like these guys really hated each other, and you could just see with the way Shido finished him. He didn't want to take it easy on him by submitting him. He wanted to smash him. I don't think he even like tried. Maybe he might have tried once to sneak in a rear naked choke while he had flattened Octave, but like he just wanted to make him pay for all the things that he said, And come on, man, talking about people's wives. Hey, I know there's somebody who thinks I talked about their wife, but like I didn't.
Yeah. Okay. So you're right. That was a very exciting fight. I think Octave's a very exciting fighter, and we're definitely going to see him in the finals. Then we had the main fight between Nkosi, the future Ndebele, and Simbarashe, the Hokonya, South Africa versus Zimbabwe. This fight in the featherweight division for a berth in the finals, and my goodness, did this fight not deliver? This fight was exactly what we expected it to be. For me, this was the toughest fight to decide on this card.
Yeah.
We've got the former Brave champion Nkosi Ndebele fighting against Simbarashe Hokonya, who is the training partner of the man who took the title away from him, Nicholas the Saint Wende. So there's a lot of history behind it. There's a lot of, personal history behind it. These guys see each other all the time at the EFC events in Joburg because they're both in Joburg. They're very close. For them to now fight, very, very interesting. And that fight showed. Where it comes to scoring, I'm not sure. I think I might have edged it for Hokonya because it did go down to a split. Very, very close. Very, very, very close split decision that one was. And I think I just had it for Hokonya. But well done to the future. Well done to Nkosi Ndebele because he came in there and he did the work he had to do. He made sure that his defense was strong, especially where it came to the takedowns, managing his distance, using his extra height just to keep Simba out of range. I think he had an absolutely sterling performance. Shout out to Simba. His performance for me was also great. Like I said, I think I had him edging it, but it went the way of Nkosi, which is 100% acceptable. I enjoyed that fight. How did you enjoy that fight? Did it live up to being the main event, the one that replaced the fight that we were all looking forward to between Ocheme and Sankara?
I didn't enjoy that fight, to be honest, because those were
Why?
two of my friends fighting.
Fair.
And like I was watching it. I was advising all of them. I was advising when I was watching the fight. I was advising Nkosi to put in the hooks, and he did put in the hooks. And I was advising Simba how to defend the hooks and stuff. It's just, and it just, it was like a bittersweet moment. Like, yes, like we had like a South African advancing to the finals, and a really good dude who's like, he's homies. Like, I spent Monday with him. I was eating food on his behalf on the food tours, because he wanted to make weight. And I got to spend so much time with him and built a rapport with him. And he saw that I was like a really huge fan of his. Come on, man. Simba's my friend, man. I text him all the time. I've always told him I wanted to go like on a vlog mission with him in Zim, and the mere fact that he won, man, he didn't win, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because like this kid has defied the odds always, bro. Has defied the odds, and the one time I needed him to defy the odds, he couldn't do it, That broke my heart, But like, I personally scored it for Simba also, but then let's not taking away from the way Nkosi fought, He fought like an Adesanya, He fought like an Adesanya. He fought at range, and he just made sure that he got the right. I think everybody was a little biased because Simba's like a really nice dude, and they don't want Simba to lose, But also we have to take into consideration the way these fights are scored, Like, yes, you might push hard, but like, how many strikes are you getting in, like, compared to how many strikes are you putting out, So that kind of broke my heart. I won't lie. It was a bittersweet moment. Like, like I was talking to Simba today, bro, and first loss, right? First loss. And it's like, I was in tears, bro. Like, Simba was in tears.
The thing is, he's literally lost to the best person he could possibly lose to. Former brave Bantamweight champion in the semifinals of PFL. So I think this is the best time he could have possibly come up with a loss. I think there's no better time in his career that a loss would look good, if you know what I mean, on his record.
And you have people rooting for you, saying that you have won that fight.
Exactly. And by split. So for me, this is literally the best case scenario for a loss if you're a Simbarashe Hokonya, because you don't look bad at all. You could still get a call up to a contender series because they saw what you did, and it's one of those things, a fight goes a certain way. So I wouldn't say I feel bad for him, not at all. It's a pity it didn't happen, and shout out Nkosi for getting it. But honestly, if you're Simba, this is the best case scenario for a loss. If Nkosi had lost, that would have been bad. That would have been bad.
It's
so
like, where
on
are
the
you?
balance,
where are you going from now?
Exactly. Where's your career now? Like, that would have been an absolute mess for Nkosi. So yeah.
And Nkosi has like,
I'll say best outcome for both fighters. Yeah.
Nkosi has literally has PFL Africa Bantamweight champion on his bio. Imagine having to remove that on the semifinals.
Yep.
Good job.
Exactly. So interesting. Now, If you don't know, the fighter of the night, as per Sportybet fighter of the night for the PFL Africa Rwanda card was Kareem Henny for that last 10-second flying knee knockout of Bole Godogo in the featherweight tournament. Absolutely phenomenal. So he got the fighter of the night for the tournament. And coming into the brackets, having a look at who will be in the finals of the featherweight tournament, we have Majurik versus Adesanya for the featherweight title, African featherweight title, and $100,000. Then in the heavyweight division, unfortunately the brackets aren't out, but we have Justin Clark, who will be coming up against Abram Bubbly, and that's going to be an absolutely insane fight. That fight's going to be so violent. If there's any fight I'm looking forward to in the finals, it's that fight. That is the fight I'm looking forward to. I know we've got a lot of other great fights happening on the card, but that's the fight I'm looking forward to. I don't have the welterweights, but the welterweights, we have Esperança going through to challenge T'Challa in the welterweight tournament. So those are the fighters that we have going through to the finals in Benin for PFL Africa, for the PFL Africa 2025 tournament. Achi, are you going to be in Benin?
What do you think, Yao? What do you think, Yao?
At this point, the question is, am I going to be in Benin?
If I have to get fired, I don't care. I will go to Benin. Like, bro, God, you know the amount of shit that happened during that week where I was supposed to leave for Rwanda, bro. It was crazy. Almost getting arrested, almost getting fired. You know, like getting fired and rehired. I swear to God, losing my phone, losing my bank cards. Like, I don't care. I'm
Nothing
going.
was stopping you, bro. Nothing was stopping you.
Nothing will stop me from getting to Benin, brother. You know, and those everything was worth it. You know, it's like, okay, you did so much, and then what happens when you have to, you know, like, it's that thing, like, everything was worth it. Let me just say that. Everything was worth it, you know, and being able to call it a day, and everybody's like, even the coaches, yo, Achi, nice meeting you. Like, athletes sending me messages, hey man, you were like, you made fight week bearable, you know, because everybody's usually serious, and I'm just shooting jokes and stuff, you know, and I'm just the jester, you know, that's making everybody laugh, and, you know, playing soccer with 8K Abdullah 8K, and getting subbed by Joffie Houlton.
Joffie Houlton twice.
It wasn't twice, bro. It wasn't twice. It was a couple of times. Getting subbed by Juliet Uka, you know, getting like armbarred by Nana, you know, like all of that. Oh, everything was just a combination of so much, bro. And I am very appreciative of what PFL have been doing with me. And hey, man, I will be in Benin, like, come hell or high water, bro. Like, I will be in Benin, and you should come too, dog. Cause, like, you know what's the nice part about everything is that once everybody's there, and like, it's like, yo, we get to come back, like, we're on the same plane coming back home. It's such a dope moment, because you're like, hey, I've seen you the whole week, you know, but like, then we get to drink on the plane, you know. It's like a nice moment, man. It's like a nice moment. I would love to share it with you, man. I would definitely love to share it with you. So come through, baby. Bernie.
Hey, I'm hopefully going to be able to come through. They haven't yet released the dates, have they?
I know
the beginning of December.
I know the date. Yeah, I even have the main. I have one of the female fights.
And I know who that involves because of the name you mentioned earlier. But okay, cool. If you don't want to say it now, you'll hit me up or say it now.
Hey, man. I might break it. I should not. I should not. I should not. I should not. You know, like we got a
Yes, you
female.
heard it here first. Breaking on the Head Kick Pod, Juliet Uka is going to be facing.
Hey,
I don't know who.
I never said shit. You said that.
I know you didn't say. I know you didn't say shit. I'm saying it. Now the question is who? Dakota Tcheva.
No, that can't.
That'll be sick.
That can't.
That'll be wild.
Dakota Tcheva versus Juliet Uka. Maybe give her like a female fighter from because like Juliet is champion series material, bro. She's just that good. So the mere fact that she'll be able to fight in Benin puts joy in me because like I say, I spent so much time with her like this week, and she's a wonderful officer, man. Because like I'm a Kraken, bro. I'm probably the dumbest. I'm probably the dumbest smart nigga alive, right? And Juliet was there just being a police officer, and she's like, yo, these people are doing their job, okay? And you are in their country, so don't be doing snacks things here. And I was like, yes, ma'am. You know, and she took care of me, man. Like I love her to death, man. Like she's been so kind, and that woman can kick, bro. Oh my god! If you want a fucking liver kick from somebody, go get it from Julie. You'll regret it.
No, I like my liver, bro.
You will regret it. Like you'll stop drinking. I promise you that. I promise you that you're gonna need to recover. But like, hey, man. I'ma just say 20th.
Okay, that sounds good to me. To anyone listening, this was the PFL Africa Rwanda recap show live on the Kick 'em in the Head podcast with me, your host Yao, and the one and only Kraken Achi.
The PFL Kraken.
Don't forget to like
the PFL
Kraken at this point. I'm surprised you're not wearing your robe, but to anyone listening, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe at Head Kick Pod on all platforms. Achi, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Kick 'em in the Head podcast, or you can find me on the PFL Ground Game series on PFL Africa on YouTube, or PFL in your city on PFL Africa, or you can find me on PFL Cards. Hey man, I'm just like, I hope Don Davis just fucking calls me up and be like, yo, you ready for the big show? And then I could like travel all over the place, bro. That would be crazy.
Shout out to Brendan Jenkins reminding us that we have UAE Warriors. Gift Walker is fighting in UAE Warriors tomorrow night. That is going to be a very interesting one. I'm looking forward to seeing him out there. How do you think he's going to perform in this one? He's currently on a win streak. I think it's around two or three fight win streak. It's his second time now out in UAE. He's getting comfortable out there. How do you think he's going to perform in this one?
Nah, man, Gift is just so talented, you know. Like I know Brandon is gonna be surprised me saying something good about like Tinkerbell.
Something nice.
But like, yeah, you know, like Gift is such a talent, man. Like it's nice to see him, like, cause you know, there's some people that you see live that you're like, I don't deserve you, cause I'm not paying for a ticket for you, but I don't deserve you, you know. Then like, look what he did to Busi Sovente. Like, bro, that was just like a clinical. Like it just showed that like there's levels to this game. So I'm happy to see him like obviously getting a second fight outside of South Africa, and I hope Gift like just pulls it through, and yeah, I think he wins this one. You're mute.
I agree with you 100%.
Oh my god!
Hey, don't mute mouse me. I have escaped being the mute mouse for a while. My Wi-Fi didn't drop me tonight, not even once.
Look at you.
Not even once.
Look at you.
I mean, look at me. Y'all got a fresh coat of paint on me now.
Hey man,
but yeah, anyone listening,
you with the Kraken, baby. The Kraken takes care of everything. You know, we are.
No, look, I'll shout out my new Wi-Fi. It's definitely doing its job now. I'm happy.
It's
But
good.
yeah, to
It's
everyone listening,
good.
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe at Head Kick Pod on all platforms. We will catch you up next for the EFC 128 recap show. And until next time, don't forget to
Kick him in there.
kick him in the head.